Christian Hu, the evangelist of Qoder at Alibaba, is it an actual competition to Cursor and Claude? Let's find out. Christian Hu, you are in Tokyo today. I'm so excited that we finally get to chat about Qoder. I am a new user and I'm really excited about it. It has really cool features and I've tested out some of the responses and I'm looking forward to using it and recommending to other people. So, and one of the things that I mentioned actually today that it is a product of the day on Product Hunt. That was literally today, or has it been a couple of days so far?
Yeah, thank you, Ali. Thank you for having me. Yeah, for Qoder, we are quite new team, and for Qoder, we I think the first launch debut for Qoder is on for last August. Yeah, on Product Hunt. You may find some information from the Product Hunt, but it's not long history, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's been only a few months, right? And but yeah, I've noticed it the update on the website itself that it says it's a product of the day and Product Hunt, so probably pretty recent. One of the things that I also noticed, I listened to Andrei Karpathy, which is everybody listens to him who's in AI, and one of the things he has mentioned in his interview is that he's an evangelist of AI. Everybody looks up to him when it comes to trusting and testing different products. And what he mentioned was that when it comes to his home management, he trusts OpenClaw to kind of manage and orchestrate his house. And for CCTV, he uses Qwen, which is amazing because like if he's using it and trusting it, then I think a lot of other people also do. And hence, when it comes to Qoder, it is a new product. And I was wondering if you can tell us a little bit more about how is the growth of the product happening? Do you see a lot of developers moving to Qoder today?
Yeah. We are a young team and we are quite a new project, but we are evolving very fast. Yeah, since the last August, we have acquired more than 1.5 million users from the,
wow.
globally, yeah, and especially in the United States. United States is ranked the first #1 country for our users outside China. Outside China. China's #1, the US is #2, and I think it's third, maybe the Japan.
That's awesome.
Yes. You just mentioned the Queen's, the #1 open source model for now, and Qoder Qoder is part of Alibaba, but we operate Qoder separately, independently. So Qoder is not just we not operate Qoder within Alibaba's group, but we operate independently. So Qoder is headquartered in Singapore, and we have some. We got different teams from China, from United States, and Japan. So from day one, we want Qoder to be a real global product for global developers and non-developers. So I think that's not a traditional Chinese or traditional Asian products. It's just for global users. Yeah.
Interesting. So your audience is developers and non-developers, as you were mentioning, which is basically your competition or similar products would be Claude's Cursor is more for developers. So if we talk about developers specifically, what would be the points of like why they should move to Qoder?
So for developers, actually we let us be more realistic. So I think Cursor is good, and Cloud Code is good, and even Wingsurf, they're good. They're good for developers. So if you're good for developers, if you're good with using Cursor, I think you don't need to. I think you can keep the Cursor, but you don't need to just switch Cursor to Qoder. But I want you to try Qoder because we are quite different from Cursor. Cursor, even some other coding tools, they were born in the age we called a collaborative age. Yeah, it's not a purely agentic age, because in 3 or 4 years ago, so that's the stage we call the collaborative age. So for Qoder, we are in the stage, the real stage of the agentic area. So from day one, Qoder is much more agentic than most coding tools on the market. For example, we got a Quest mode for developers on Qoder. Quest mode means you can dedicate your task to the AI. So AI can, to arrange the task, to plan for you, and it can complete the coding autonomously. Yes, and you can also run your task on your desktop, on the background work tree, or even on the remote model. Yeah, so the AI can finish the task without interceptions by human. So you can just do your work and another work, so the coder can finish the task autonomously. So that's the more agentic, and the coder, they can, I think, for agent, coder's agent they how to learn your behavior, learn your code base, and the agent is evolving every day by every conversation. So that's more agentic, and that's more involving. So we want the developers to try Qoder. Yeah.
So you're saying don't replace, use all of these tools and benefit from all of them. That makes sense. When it comes to different integrations, have you already seen people using OpenClaw and Qoder together, or can Qoder just like replace OpenClaw?
Yeah, we have seen some use cases. They use OpenClaw and Qoder together, and maybe they use Cursor and Qoder together. Yeah, for coding, because I just mentioned, for different scenarios, for different tasks, I think you need two different kind of coding tools, or different kind of agentic tools. Even for Cloud Code, Cloud Code is good. Cloud Code has great performance in coding. Yeah. But
actually, I want to interrupt you, but I've talked to one of my developers yesterday, and he was complaining that lately, and maybe it will change soon enough with another model, but lately it's been very lazy, and it's trying to avoid completing a full task. So you have to do extra work checking it. And he was saying that Cursor right now is leading for him. And so that's interesting.
Yes, that's interesting. So yes, you may find that we're quite interesting about from different kinds of the coding tools, or different kind of agent assistant that just as you mentioned, OpenClaw. Yes, actually, we just launched a new member of the Qoder product family. We call it Codework. Yeah, Codework is just like a AI agent, just like an agent, just like your workmate. Yeah, so the Codework can handle your daily work. For example, your document generation, your document processing, analyze your data, do the market research. Yes, so he can handle. I think the Codework can handle your daily tasks.
Either he or she or it.
he or she. Yeah. Just your team member. Okay, team member. Yeah. Your trusted workmate. We call it trusted workmate. So you will find some interesting, always have interesting happen. So because I think it's open rate. So for now, I think it's open for racing. Yeah, I think nobody have great advantage against other competitors. Even for Cloud Code, they're good.
Things change, though.
Things change. Yeah, so we need to have always looking forward to the future. Yes. I think we are gonna. For Qoder, we are evolving every day. Yeah, we all want to give more updates and want to bring more new features and new philosophy to the global users.
One of the things I really like about Qoder is that it's not locked into one LLM, and so somehow it decides where to use which. Can you share with us how it decides, and what does it mean for us versus? I assume that for a company, you're choosing the best model for a specific task, and maybe that affects like the usage. Tell us a little bit more about how does it work?
Yes. Our product philosophy that we want Qoder to be used by not just senior engineers or just experts. Yeah, we want it to be used by the new maybe the
product managers.
Product managers, even someone just
who doesn't know
from marketing. Yeah, more from marketing, from human resource, from other departments. Yeah, they do not know. They know nothing about the coding. So we Actually, yeah, you just mentioned that we have the different kind of performance modes. You can select the performance modes, not just not the specific model. Yeah, because we believe most users, I mean, for product users, for product managers, for the human resource managers, they don't know how to choose the specific model
Yeah.
for code. Yeah, for task. So let the AI do it. Okay,
Yeah,
we
you
must
choose for
use
us.
AI. So yeah, so AI can make the best choice for selecting the best mode for the best performance based on performance for your for a task. So AI can choose the best model, but you can still choose the model performance. I mean, you can choose high performance, medium performance, even some standard mode. You can choose the low performance if you want. If you don't need to do something, you don't need to do some complex task. You just a simple task. You just need to write email for you. I think that's maybe you don't need to try the high performance mode. Yeah.
That's true. So one of the interesting things that I've noticed also is that Qwen 3 Coder, it
Mm-hmm.
ranked second globally on the LM Arena Code Arena leaderboard. When it comes to benchmarks versus, production, tell us about the trust part.
Yeah. I think Queen is winning the trust from the global developers because the
Mhm.
Queen's open source and Queen's involving. Yes, actually, there's a challenge for I mean for the new developer for new product for new model to get into new markets,
New
especially to
market,
the
yeah.
United, yeah, especially to US markets or maybe some of the market dominated by US market by US products or US models, right? It's pretty challenging. So for Coda, we are trying to do the things from different angles. First of all, we want our products to be more ahead of the innovation, or maybe we want to be the ahead of the agentic area. Yeah, just as I mentioned, we just launched the Quest mode. We launched the Quest mode. We launched the code word. We are training our agent. We want the agent to be more the powerful and more capable to understanding human behaviors. You can understanding the developer behaviors. We do not want to rely on specific model. Yeah, even Queen mode is good, and even some other good that performing that performing very good that involving that performance. But we still believe that in the future, and maybe in
Hmm.
the near future, the agentic power, the agentic layer, will be much more powerful than the model layer. Yeah, I think the model is good, but model is important. But we want to be the agentic layer will be more powerful because we believe a agentic layer is much more close to the developers or maybe close to the users themselves. So then the agentic is true a workmate or true assistant to the users. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
amazing.
So yes,
Go ahead.
and the second one, for the past weeks, I have been talking many enterprise leaders and engineers leaders from large enterprise, even some multinational companies. They care much about the privacy, right? They care much about the data governance. They care about the
Yes.
security. So I think that actually, as I just mentioned, we want Coder to be a global market, a global product for global users. We do not just for Singapore or just for China. So we care much about the security. Yeah, we want the product to be more competitive with the policies, even for
And the
Europe maybe
policies are changing all the time.
yeah, policy changing, but I want to catch up with the policy changing. Yeah,
Mhm.
for GDPR, for SOC, for some other AI act in some regional markets. So we took very close attention on the changing policies. Yeah.
That was actually one of my questions because when it comes to,
Yeah.
China, US, I would assume that they're more um, critical when it comes to big corporations and like healthcare specific industries. But thank you for covering that. Now,
Yeah.
my last question is about the future of
Mm-hmm.
Coder, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe you want to share a couple of like maybe new features or plans of how you're going to expand, and maybe you'll be what's your calendar like? You guys
Yes.
doing any more promotions or maybe
Yeah.
hackathons?
Yeah. For Coder, I think the journey to be a global product, a global brand is just the beginning, right? So we're just on the beginning. Yeah. We still found some challenges. We found some problems to building trust in so many regions. Yeah. So I think we can go to tasks for the team to do. I think first one you just mentioned about the new features and new capabilities. I think that's the main responsibility for our product team, right? But I would give them advice to how to catch up with the developers in maybe in United States, I mean in Europe, in Japan. So what they care the most, what kind of features will be more useful for the users. I think that's the number one. So I think they're doing very well. Yeah, our team work very hard. They actually I think we just launched the code work, and yes, the new member of the product family just in a week, maybe
Oh,
not
wow.
longer, yeah, than 2 weeks. So
Very fresh.
that's pretty fast. We are, they are updating the features, the capabilities very fast. So I think it's the number one. So I'm not very worried about the evolving the speed. For second one, is the main responsibility for me and the growth market or maybe the marketing team that we want to build the trust among the developers, among non-developers, among the enterprise users. I just we just talked we talked last month in San Francisco that I think that building trust is the key to unlock the potential market potential for new products, a new team just like the Qoder. Because we want to understand for me, I want to convey the message that we want to be the global brand. So we would like to hear more feedback from local community, local users, and no matter you are coding, you're not coding or not about coding. So we want to more feedback. We want to show up in local community. We want to show up in local events. I showed up last day AI Expo in Tokyo. Yeah, it's a very big exhibition. Yeah, it's a very big day for local enterprise, local developers. So we want to build a connection with local community, local and for partners. Yeah, we want to have more local partners to build connections, to build trust with for different markets. Yeah.
I'm excited to share some feedback of my own, but also of my students who are about to try it out.
If you're ready to check out Qoder, here's their GitHub.
Thank you so much, Christian, for sharing with us and telling us a little bit more about Qoder.
If you like this video, comment below and subscribe for more videos like this. And remember, at Upskill PM, we teach you how to build products like professionals.